So right now we're finishing up the flip in Victoria, in rural Victoria right now. So that what I mean by that is finishing the renovation. As of right now, I have an agent who's popped his head in with somebody and he's made an offer on the house before I've even finished it. This is an example of me being a little bit older and a little bit wiser. I said, you're gonna have to wait until we finish it because I could get another $20,000-$30,000 out of the property. So I'm gonna be a little patient, wait a couple more weeks until it's perfectly finished. We are resurfacing the driveway and we're putting all the cabinetry in and just doing all the finishing work, and the bathroom's gonna look great. So it's worth it to me to wait a couple of weeks to see if we get $20,000-$30,000 more. Simultaneously, there is in the same rural area house that I was gonna place an offer on at the same time as I bought this house. So this one now, I negotiated with the owner through the agent. We have an accepted offer. Contracts have come out to us. I renegotiated the contract to drop the deposit price down so that I could save a little working cash capital for myself. And that right now, I'll be signing that contract for that flip this week. Before Friday comes, that'll be signed up and we'll be ready to rock and roll on that house. The one that I'm really excited about. So there were two houses in my neck of the woods here in New South Wales. The price point is really stratospheric, but the rewards are equally as stratospheric, right? So one is a purchase, which is a knockdown rebuild, purchase price 2.5. I've mathed out that the sale price conservatively after everything will be a $5.5 to $5.6 million resale. So I've been working with the mortgage brokers and everyone trying to make all the math work. And it looks like I'm going to place an actual offer on that house. So that's one that I've been talking about in the group that I want to get over. I want to get it over the line. I feel like that's that leap. That's the next step in my evolution as a real estate operator. The other one I was talking about, which also is in this same neck of the woods, is purchase, renovate, flip. So these are the three items that I've been involved in, as well as I sent out about 1,000 letters a couple of weeks ago. Jason's well aware, and I just bit the bullet and sent them out. And I just got a phone call today from a guy who wants to sell his house, and I think he's living in Puff the Magic Dragon Land, but we'll see what happens if we can't negotiate that. Look, if I get one deal from 1,000 letters, it was worth it. Well, actually, the first one I said is we're going to sell the flip soon. Deal number two is we're going to sign contracts and give a deposit, start on the road to that flip. So that's the second one in rural Victoria. The third deal, so forget everything else. The third deal, the ground up construction. I'm working feverishly to find a way to make all the money come together, because that's almost 30% return on cash. So that's a real winner, and it's in the numbers that are everyone would be happy with. I have a mad passion for success, and I've had startups, I've had businesses, I've built co-working spaces, I've been in real estate, I've been a developer, I've had apps. I've had a lot of failure, I've had some success. Okay, so for me, I have a real deep-rooted passion to succeed and to build an empire. So. And yeah, niggling thoughts and all sorts of stuff comes in, and then I just tell them to go away, like they're not worth my time. So to answer your question, we're talking about legacy. We're talking about I have children. We're talking about looking for opportunities and kind of finding their way, almost like if you're playing any kind of sport or you're boxing, you have to look for that opportunity to capitalize. And that's what I'm here to do, is capitalize and to make partnerships with people who also will build wealth with me, and we'll build wealth together. If people are interested in doing that, then we can do it. So the way these things happen, I was looking for home run deals, and the home runs weren't coming. So I decided I'm going to expand my search geographically. I'm going to look for a first and second base hit, and I'm just going to stick with what I can do. Things that I did 20 years ago in America, I'm just going to do it now. And so I did. I found a $350,000, $360,000 house, got a team together. It's easier said than done. When you find a team, you have to have a real good sense for people. You also know that they have their licenses and everything's in order, and that they're not going to run away with the money. So I'm pretty good at that because I've had all those things happen to me. So I have a sense for it. So we got the house, 370 on one of the houses. It looks like we're going to sell for 640 after about 150,000 or 100,000 spend, depending on where we end up. And again, on the next house, probably do a little bit better than that. And to me, that's a first and second base hit. So while I was looking for the home runs, I found those houses, and will continue to do those if they keep presenting themselves. So if there's an opportunity to present itself that I think is beneath me kind of thing, it is nothing beneath me. There's no such thing. The deal's too small, okay, right now. For me, the way to start is to get started, do the deal, and move forward. That's it. So the first deal, so before the first deal, I did a joint venture in Greenwich, New South Wales, where I had friends and family give me money, and I said, look, you'll get a 20% return. And I found this house in rural Victoria and said, I'll tell you what, why don't you let this money roll, let it rock and roll with me, right? Let it go for a ride, like a joy ride, and we'll return 30%. So that's how that first one that's closing soon, how that happened. The second deal, this one that we're closing on, I have a lender, a private lender who wanted to go along for the ride, so that's happening. The big one, the home run that I really want to make happen, that's one lender who wants to take care of the loan for the purchase and also the construction loan. And then right now I am working on finding a source for the gap funding, because that'll put it over the line for me, and then I'll make my offer and run to the finish line. So we picked up the one that we're closing. So probably in November, mid to end of November, we picked up the one we're closing now. So say December, January, February, March, April. So 5 to 6 month period, which makes sense. And then the one we're picking up down the block, we're going to close. We're going to go to settlement at the end of May on that one, because that's negotiated because of the tenant in possession. And then the ground up construction here nearby, that's going to have to be real fast, because New South Wales has its own set of customs and laws compared to everyone else. And so I will have to be showing up with the money right when I make that offer and go to contract. There's very little wiggle room here, I've found. So that's going to happen. If it happens, it's going to be happening fast. So we're looking at net. The first one will be talking between 20 to 30%. It could be 25% for the first one that we're closing on. The second one, I project around 30%. And then the home run deal, we're looking at 25 to 30%. So we're pretty much sticking in that average. Start where you can do the deal, whatever that deal is. You have to go. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it. You're going to sit there and speculate. Get off the speculation, unless you really don't know what you're doing, and then get somebody who can help educate you, and then just go do a deal. And do the ones you're comfortable with until you're not comfortable.